What if the Ottoman Empire and Germany had won World War I? A fascinating alternate history. This video explores a powerful alternate history where Istanbul never fell, the Middle East was never divided, and Israel was never created. How would the map of the region have changed? Would Jerusalem have remained Ottoman? Would Europe have lost its power to a rising Istanbul-Berlin alliance? Find out in this thrilling journey through a reimagined past. Imagine a world where the Ottoman Empire was never defeated, where the Middle East was never divided, and where Israel was never born. Instead, Istanbul rose again as the capital of a victorious caliphate, allied with the most powerful industrial force in Europe, Imperial Germany. What if everything changed in 1918? Join us on an alternate journey through history, where the crescent never fell, and British and French flags never triumphed. In the summer of 1918, Paris falls to the German army, while the Ottomans, led by Jamal Pasha, seize control of the Suez Canal. British forces collapse in the east, and the French flee from the Levant. The Greater Berlin Treaty is declared, forcing the Allies to surrender their colonies. The Ottoman Sultan proclaims Victory Day as a global Islamic celebration, with bells of triumph ringing simultaneously in Istanbul and Berlin. Sharif Hussein is defeated, and the Arab revolt ends in failure. The Hijaz returns to Ottoman control, reclaiming Mecca, Medina, and Taif. Jerusalem remains under the empire's banner, as the Sultan bans any Zionist activity or Jewish immigration. The Hejaz Railway is revived, with pilgrimage caravans traveling from Damascus and Cairo to Mecca aboard Ottoman trains adorned with victory flags. The Sykes-Picot Agreement is nullified, and the major Ottoman provinces return, the Levant, Iraq, Hijaz, and Egypt. The Sultan grants Arab regions self-rule, forming an Arab Shura Council in Damascus under the supervision of the Sublime Porte. Baghdad becomes a thriving economic capital, while Beirut regains its status as the empire's Mediterranean port. The East is no longer fragmented, it is united under the modern Islamic Caliphate. The Ottoman Empire strengthens its alliance with Germany, forming the axis of East and West. German companies enter Anatolia to build factories and railway lines. Ottoman students study in Berlin, while German engineers arrive in Istanbul as technical advisors. A new generation is born, believing in a shared Islamic European Renaissance, where science and technology blend with faith and identity. The Sultan initiates sweeping reforms, modernizing the army, building new schools, and establishing industrial universities with German support. Istanbul becomes a hub of research and innovation, and Damascus is dubbed the Vienna of the Arabs. Women gain access to education, and trade flourishes in Aleppo and Bursa. A high-speed train connects Istanbul to Mecca within a week, while an electric grid links all provinces of the empire. Britain loses its global influence, withdrawing from India and Egypt. France fragments and falls into internal chaos. The colonial concept collapses, and European interference in the East is forbidden. Germany forms the Central European Union and rises as the world's top power. Oil is no longer controlled by London, now, the decisions rest with Istanbul and Berlin. The Bolshevik Revolution is crushed by an Ottoman-German alliance, restoring the Russian monarchy. Without the Balfour Declaration, Israel is never created, and Palestine remains part of the Ottoman Jerusalem province. Jews, Christians, and Muslims live in peace under the Ottoman millet system. The Sultan declares Jerusalem a sacred city for all religions, banning any foreign interference. On the 20th anniversary of victory, a global celebration takes place in Istanbul. The city's minarets shine bright, and crescent flags wave over Jerusalem, Baghdad, and Cairo. The Sultan is titled Defender of Islam, and his image is engraved on golden coins beside the German Kaiser. The world now lives in a new balance, not led by Washington or London, but by Istanbul and Berlin. Where history was never written as we know it,